There's something really thrilling about finding a hidden gem, isn't there? Or seeing a proper comeback.
Absolutely. Whether it's music, cars,
Or watches, which is what we're diving into today. Horology.
specifically Lebois & Co.
Exactly. A name that sort of faded away, but now it's back brilliantly, and they're really pushing the boundaries. They've got this unique new timepiece.
The Coquille de Chronograph.
That's the one. And our mission for you, listening, is to get why it's special. Not just what makes it special, but why the tiny details matter. Especially one really complex part. Get ready for some surprises.
It really is an evolution for them. We've got a detailed look at it. And Lebois & Co., the name might ring a bell for some listeners.
Yeah, we might have mentioned them before. There's a real story there, founded way back when.
1934, a long time ago.
Wow.
But like so many watchmakers then, production stopped in 1972, basically a victim of the quartz movement hitting the industry.
The quartz crisis.
Right. The brand was actually owned by the Dodane family. They're known for French military pilot watches. It just lay dormant for, almost 40 years.
But that wasn't the end of the road.
Not at all. Nearly 4 decades later, a Dutch entrepreneur, Tom van Wiedelijk, he saw the potential.
Who brought it back? How did he start?
He actually began with a Kickstarter campaign for the avant-garde date.
Interesting. A modern take.
Yeah, a time and date watch, pretty contemporary. Then came the Venturist in 2018, more of a tool watch.
So building momentum.
Definitely. And this idea of involving the community, the fans, that became really central to their revival.
Building it with them, essentially.
Exactly. That really helped bring them back into the spotlight, especially with models like the Heritage Chronograph. Lots of vintage inspiration there.
And now they're not just looking back, they're really pushing forward, aiming higher.
That's right. They're looking at more high-end chronograph editions for 2025.
And this Coquille de Chronograph is the first of those.
It is. The base watch is, familiar in a good way. That handsome retro-style chronograph.
Still the 39mm steel case.
Yep, 39mm brushed surfaces, those nice polished bevels. It feels good.
And it has that ultra-domed sapphire crystal, right? Which adds a bit to the thickness.
It does, yeah. Comes in a 14.3mm thick. Sounds like a bit, but honestly, it's pretty typical for modern chronos.
Okay.
But what really catches the eye, even on the case, is the detail on the chronograph pushers. The shape, the finish. It's a subtle thing, but it signals quality.
A little hint of what's inside and what's on the dial.
Exactly.
And getting one isn't straightforward either. It's this subscription process.
Right, which basically means it's super limited, only 25 pieces a year.
25? Wow. Okay, so that immediately says collector's item.
Definitely. It's not your everyday watch. And for this edition, honestly, it is all about the dial.
That's where the magic happens.
Completely. It's what sets it apart.
The Coquille diff name translates to eggshell.
Sounds much nicer in French, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. But it's not just the elegant, warm color. It's how they make it. That's the incredible part.
We need to talk about Feu Enamel. Literally great fire.
Okay. Sounds intense.
It is. It's a very traditional, very demanding technique. You're fusing powdered glass onto metal with incredibly high heat.
Fusing glass?
Yeah. And it's tricky. A lot can go wrong. Each good dial is a mini miracle of craft.
And who's doing this?
The masters at Danze Cadrans. They're a renowned Swiss specialist dial maker. This isn't just painting. It's layers and fire.
To break down that Feu process for us, this is where it gets really interesting, you said.
Right. First off, the dial isn't one piece. It's 3 separate parts. The main dial and the 2 sub-counters.
Okay, 3 pieces.
Each one gets fired at over 800 degrees Celsius.
800? That's incredibly hot, like a kiln.
Exactly. Glass melts, fuses to the metal base.
Yeah.
But that's just stage 1.
There's more.
Oh, yeah. After that inferno, they have to handprint the markings, the numerals, the scales, onto this curved, multi-level surface.
By hand, on that surface.
By hand, using special enamel-based inks. And then it goes back into the kiln. Fired again to make the graphics permanent.
Wow. Firing it twice at that temperature. I mean, things must break. Crap.
Oh, absolutely. The failure rate can be massive. Sometimes 70, even 80% for complex dials don't make it.
Good grief. So each successful one, it really is hard won.
It's a testament to patience, skill, resilience, really. Almost battling the elements.
Yeah, the look it creates.
It gives the dial this really warm, almost antique feel. It's beautiful.
And Lebois & Co. leaned into that vintage vibe with the design choices, too.
They did. You've got these black Brega numerals, very classic. and a pulsation scale around the edge.
Nah, the doctor's watch vibe.
Exactly. Gives it that vintage medical chronograph look. Plus blackened leaf-shaped hands and that classic bicompax lay out the two subdials at 3 and 9. Symmetrical, traditional.
It all sounds incredibly cohesive, rare craft, vintage looks.
It really comes together beautifully. It's special.
Okay, so we've spent time on that amazing dial. Just incredible artistry. But the engine inside. What's powering this piece? Under the sapphire back.
It's the hand-wound caliber LC450.
LC450.
Yeah, it's part of the La Joupre L100 series. These are column-wheeled chronograph movements.
Column wheel. Okay, so enthusiasts tend to prefer that over cam actuated, right? Smoother feel.
Generally, yes. It's often seen as more refined. The base architecture, interestingly, is related to the ETA 7750, which is a super reliable workhorse.
Right, known for being robust.
But this LJP version elevates it significantly with that column wheel and specific finishing. It runs at 4 Hz, 28,800 vibrations per hour.
Nice and smooth sweep.
Exactly. And a good power reserve, too, 60 hours, so it'll run over a long weekend easily.
With so much effort going into the dial, how's the movement finishing? Does it match up?
It does. Looking through the case back, you see they've paid attention. There's a blued column wheel, blued screws.
Always nice to see that heat bluing.
Yeah, it adds that touch of color and craft.
Yeah.
Plus traditional decoration like perlage, those little overlapping circles, and Coste de Genève, the Geneva stripes.
Proper decoration?
It definitely aligns with the watch's high-end positioning. It's clear the price isn't only about that dial.
Which brings us to the price. It's quite a step up, isn't it?
It is. Retail is EUR 9,800, with a deposit needed of EUR 2,940.
And their standard editions are usually around EUR 3,000.
Roughly, yeah. So this is more than triple the price. It's a significant jump.
So the question is, what justifies that jump? Is it just the Grand Feu dial?
Well, the dial's a huge part of it. You're not just paying for material. You're paying for immense skill, hours and hours of master artisan time, and that incredibly high failure rate we talked about.
Right, the cost of all the dials that didn't make it.
Exactly. It represents a craft that's rare, almost lost. It's a piece of art, really. A connection to traditional handwork.
So for the collector, it's about rarity and that artisanal mastery in a world of mass production.
That's precisely the insight, I think. It's a statement piece. The price reflects the monumental effort in creating something genuinely scarce and handmade.
Okay, so wrapping this deep dive up, what's the big picture here? We've seen a brand's history, its revival.
And this incredible dedication to artistry.
Yeah.
Especially with that Grand Feu Enamel dial. It really is the star.
It shows how one incredibly complex detail done with such painstaking care can elevate a watch into a masterpiece, really, more than just the sum of its parts.
Absolutely.
So for you, our listener, thinking beyond just this beautiful watch, what does it all mean?
Maybe consider how this process, painstaking, multi-stage, hand-finished, fired at crazy temperatures, fired again, how that contrasts with modern, automated mass production.
Right.
What does that contrast tell us about the value we place, or maybe should place, on traditional craftsmanship? Does it still hold a special place in our fast-moving world? Something to think about.